Hey everybody. So today we're going to answer the question, are fresh vegetables better than frozen vegetables? And we can even add on there the difference between fresh, frozen, and canned vegetables, right? So a lot of people have these questions, and ultimately when we talk about food, okay, there's a lot of learning, there's all kinds of stuff going on, right? All kinds of different stuff going on, a lot of information going on. But ultimately it comes down to one question. Do I want to put this food in my mouth? Do I want to put this food in my body? Do I want to eat this food? Ultimately, all of the knowledge and information and experience and everything that you have around nutrition and healthy eating and being healthy ultimately comes down to the question of, do I want to put this in my body? Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Now, the first mistake that many people make that I want you to kind of flip your mindset here with is within the question it says, are fresh vegetables better than frozen vegetables? You have to understand, you guys, that nothing is better than anything else. Everything has its own unique qualities, and you've heard me talk about this before. We got to stop looking at food only in terms of nutrients, protein, carbs, fat, vitamins, minerals, things like that. And we have to start looking at the qualities that those foods express, because it's the qualities that become our body. When we eat food and that food is used to build this body and that food becomes our body, the qualities of that food become the qualities of the body. Okay? If you're constantly eating food that is cold, your body will become cold. Not technically, no, you won't have, your temperature won't drop, but you will feel you'll feel chilly and you'll feel cold. That's how you will feel and experience life. Okay? If you're constantly eating food that is hot and spicy, okay, you will feel hot. You'll feel warm. You might be sweating. You might be coughing, right? So it's the qualities of the food that become the qualities of the body. So we got to stop looking at food in terms of this is good, this is bad. This is healthy, this is unhealthy. This is better, this is worse. We have to stop that. And you have to start seeing food for what it is. It's just an individual package. And each individual food package, whether that's an apple, whether that's a green bean, whether that's a cheeseburger, whether that's a steak, whatever that may be, each individual package comes with its own unique qualities, just like a different car comes with its own unique qualities. Okay, they're all cars still, they're all vehicles, just like food is all food that you can eat, but each of the different ones come with all of their own unique qualities, right? And so we stop looking at these in terms of, is this better or this worse, right? So let's start looking at it in terms of qualities. The two biggest qualities that we can look at in terms of food are, is it living or is it dead? And not even to that extreme. I say that in terms of like cut and dry, this is black, this is white, it's either alive or it's dead. No, it's not like that, right? The question is really, how alive is the food? And another way to say that is, how highly processed is the food? The more processed the food is, the more death-like it becomes. Okay? The less processed the food is, the more alive-like it is, right? Whole plant foods, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, whole plant foods are much closer to the sun in terms of their solar energy, in terms of their processing, right? They're very minimally processed. So they're life. They're actually life. They grow and they're living in their life. And the qualities of that life become the qualities of this life, which are light, life, energy, all of those things, right? And the more foods that you eat, or when you look at foods that are highly processed and as they've gone through processing multiple times, right? Say like a candy bar or something. The candy bar isn't life. It's a package of nutrients and chemicals and things, but it isn't life, right? It's not living and it's not life, and it doesn't have life-like qualities. So when we're asking ourselves, is fresh or frozen better, we have to switch the question and we just have to say, how processed is the food? Okay, out of the choices that I have, how processed is the food? And we try to make a decision. We try to choose the food that is least processed for whatever choice that we have. And the more we can choose food that is least processed, the more alive-like we will feel, because those are the qualities of minimally processed foods. They're alive. And the more processed the food is, the more death-like it is, the more death-like qualities it has, okay? So it's not that it's better or for worse. If you have a choice, If you have the option, choose fresh because fresh is more alive. Okay, frozen is very close. Like if they flash freeze it, right? If they flash freeze it, it's still processed. Flash freezing is a process, right? And so it's been processed a little bit, but it's very close, right? And then so you could go fresh, and then next in line you would go frozen if it's flash froze, right? With no additional seasonings, no chemicals, nothing like that. And then next in line you can get canned. Like canned vegetables, if you're talking about vegetables, beans, things like that, you can get canned. And it's not that canned is good or bad. It's not that fresh is good or bad. It's not that frozen is good or bad. They just have different levels of processing. When things have become canned, they've gone through more levels of processing. And the more processed they are, the more death-like qualities that they express, okay? So ultimately it comes down to that. We have to look at these questions differently. Is fresh better than frozen? It's not like that. It's not better, it's not worse. You choose the one, you make the best choice possible by choosing the one that is least processed from the options that you have, and then you go with that, and that's all there is, and you accept that. If you have the option of maybe the out of all the options that you have of food, the canned vegetables, maybe those are the least processed, and that's fine. And you pick those out of something else, maybe another highly processed version of it, okay? So that's really it. When you're looking at food, let's stop comparing and saying, this is good, this is bad. We just look at it for what it is, look at the qualities that it has, not just the nutrients. We look at the qualities that it has, okay? And we make those choices based on how living it is, how highly processed it is, okay? If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you're interested in learning more about these qualities, because this is the key here, learning which qualities do different foods have and how is that impacting me. Okay, you can check out in the description, there's a link to my website, CharyaRising.com, and that's where I have classes, I have free trainings, I have all kinds of different things. I have a cravings quiz where you can check out and you can start to learn more about your own individual cravings and how that relates to the food and the qualities around you, and how you can start using food to balance this body out, okay, and make more health. Thank you guys very much. Have a wonderful day.